1 or 2 deals a year. It's just being really.
So I was watching the video of Alex Hormozi. Again, it's a reminder video that solve rich people problem. And I realized that the stage I am in is exactly the stage in which I only want to solve rich people problem, because I don't have millions of dollars of money to build infrastructure to sell to all the poor peoples. Okay, all the beginner businesses. So I don't have that kind pool of money to build that kind of infrastructure. So at this stage it definitely makes sense to only solve rich people problem. Okay, so Alex has discussed many things in this video. Uh, let me document one by one. So the first thing he says that, like, the incremental difference for a millionaire is very small. For example, if someone is charging $5,000 for advertising service, but if you step in as a company and you just do the same thing in half of the time, in half of the effort that the millionaire has to spend on getting that outcome. So, two, three things. You do half of the time, okay, you do it speed, you make it more effortless, and you just make it little better, and boom, now that $5,000 service you can just charge $10,000, because for a millionaire, $5,000 and $10,000 is not a big difference. He will happily pay $5,000 extra for a good service that he is getting in half of the time in less effort. Okay, so the incremental change, so incremental difference for a millionaire, for rich people, are very less. So $5,000, $10,000 doesn't make much difference for them. They are just looking for a great things that solve their problem fast, effortlessly. So that's very advantage. And in as compared to the poor, like, poor is only looking for cheap options. Okay, for example, Amazon, Walmart, or any kind of business that deal with volume of customers has to provide absurd amount of value in less amount of price. The best example Alex Hormozi gave is Netflix. Like, they spend millions of dollars, they are spending millions of dollars to make movies. They have built the infrastructure by spending millions of dollars to sign comedians, actors, sportsmen, and they this amount of value in just 12 to $14 per month. Then also people are not buying Netflix and they are hesitate to pay, because the customer avatar is that kind of. Okay, so the because and also, like, for a poor person, the incremental difference is very high. For them, $12 and $20 means a lot. They will just think twice to buy when the $12 thing goes to $20. Okay, but for a millionaire, the $5,000 thing and $10,000 doesn't make any difference. They're just looking for a perfect solution. Okay, because he is millionaire and he doesn't, like, for them, the if you think of percentage wise, for example, if you are selling, if you're a person making 100k dollar and your service is $1,000, so they are just paying you 1% of their business income. But if you are serving to the poor customer who is barely making $1,000 per month, and you are just selling them around, let's say, $300 service. Okay, instead of $1,000 you are selling 200 to $300 service, then they will be paying you 20 to 30% of their business income. So you can just compare it in the percentage wise, that in the first side the rich people was paying 1% of his income, which is $1,000, and on the other side the person is paying 20 to 30% of that business income in buying your service. So you can just think which customer will stay with you longer, and which customer will have high expectations, which customer will bring more headache to you. So it's very easier to find out that answer. So yes, this is very good reminder video, and just I'm constantly thinking of solving rich people at this stage. And yeah, when you are at beginning, you just solve the rich people problem. You will have few clients who are paying you $5,000 per month each, and if you have 10 to 20 clients, then you will be good to go. You can provide lot of good value to small group of people rather than just providing little value to lot of people. So at this stage I find it very relatable and very senseful thing to only solve the rich people problem. When I have the money, then I can just think of building businesses which with great infrastructure to sell tons and tons of person, like to solve tons and tons of person problem. For example, Alex Hormozi has acquisition.com and school. Okay, in acquisition.com, this is a very premium service. The people are very rich, so he's solving rich people problem. Like company doing $50 million comes to him and they say we want to reach $200 million, and boom, that's it. That's a premium service. The company who is making $50 million comes to Alex Hormozi, and on the other side, he has invested in the school, and he is the co-owner of that school. And in school, they are providing $99 per month thing, and still people are not ready to buy much, and they have lost. It's not like it's bad to charge less, but it depends on the kind of money that you have for building that infrastructure, and if you are willing to wait long term, just as Amazon did, then it makes sense. If you have fund, if you have pool of money for to buy the infrastructure, to build the infrastructure, then it makes sense. Alex Hormozi, Sam Owens have that kind of money, have that kind of leverage and infrastructure, so they are losing money, but yes, they know they are building for the long term, so it's good for them. So this is the reminder: solve to the rich people problem. And yes, when you have the money, you can just think of building great infrastructure to serve to the tons and tons of people and to solve their problem. But for now, just forget about that. Just solve rich people problem. Do lot of good things to small group of people. That's it.